जीवन में प्रयास सदैव कीजिए। लक्ष्य मिले या अनुभव, दोनों ही अमूल्य हैं। नमस्कार, welcome to PT Pointers. And in this video, we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, Press Information Bureau, and Live Mint. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first headline is related to Goods and Services Tax Appellate Tribunals. And ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently Finance Ministry notified the constitution of 31 appellate tribunals across 28 states and 8 union territories for the goods and services tax, and establishment of these tribunals envisaged at the time of implementation of GST regime from July 2017. These tribunals are essential for resolving tax matters due to their importance in providing an impartial, expert, and efficient forum for addressing tax disputes. They will play a crucial role in ensuring fairness, accountability, and rule of law in tax administration. अगर हम बैकग्राउंड की बात करें तो GST Council recommended to set up the tribunal with one principal bench and a number of state benches in February 2023. Our next headline is related to GM crop, which involves the editing of genes of a crop in such a way that it incorporates beneficial traits from another crop or organism. Soybean, maize, cotton are the most widely grown GM crops around the world, and Indian farmers started cultivating BT cotton in 2002-2003, and in October 2022, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change made a landmark decision of approving the release of genetically modified mustard hybrid DMH11 and its parental line for cultivation. Now, there are some benefits associated with GM crops, and these are: it can improve crop protection, and the use of herbicides and pesticides can be reduced. Farmers can achieve high yield, thereby get more income. Nutritional content can be improved. Our next headline is related to Jal Jeevan Mission, and यहाँ पे कुछ इश्यूज हाईलाइट किए गए हैं इस मिशन से रिलेटेड. एंड अगर हम मिशन की बात करें तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया restructured and subsumed the National Rural Drinking Water Program into Jal Jeevan Mission to provide functional household tap connection to every rural household by 2024. It is based on a community-based approach to water, and it will include extensive information, education, and communication as key component of the mission. Our next headline is related to United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently it has announced that it will hold a hearing on religious freedom in India on September 20th, and India has previously rejected its report that alleged violations of religious freedom in the country. Now let's know more about United States Commission on International Religious Freedom. So friends, it is an independent, bipartisan US federal government agency, and it monitors the universal right to freedom of religion or belief abroad and makes policy recommendations to the President, Secretary of State, and Congress, and it tracks the implementation of these recommendations. Now, recently, talks between India and Canada on free trade agreement were paused due to political differences. Now, let's know more about India-Canada relations. So, friends, they have significant trade relations, and in 2022, India was Canada's 10th largest trading partner, and since 2018, India has also been the largest source of international students in Canada. The negotiations on a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with Canada were started in 2010 but could not make much progress, and negotiations were relaunched in March 2022 while discussions on comprehensive trade agreement were on, and both sides were also discussing an interim agreement with a limited scope, which they named as Early Progress Trade Agreement. Now, recently, Defense Acquisition Council has accorded acceptance of necessity for 9 capital acquisition proposals of approximately 45,000 crore rupees. And do you know, friends, Defense Acquisition Council is headed by Defense Minister, and it is among the top bodies for clearing major capital acquisition for defense and acceptance of necessity is the first step in long defense procurement process, and grant of acceptance of necessity does not necessarily lead to a final order. Recently, Unified Portal for Agricultural Statistics was launched. It is an online platform for management of agricultural data and ये डेवलप किया गया है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड फार्मर्स वेलफेयर के द्वारा. इट इज डिजाइंड to generate crop estimates and integrate with other systems generating agriculture statistics such as price, trade, procurement and stock. Our next headline is related to C-295 aircraft and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently Indian Air Force received the first of the 56 C-295 aircraft, which is a versatile tactical transport aircraft and it can perform a variety of missions such as carrying troops and cargo, maritime patrol, airborne warning, surveillance, armed close air support, medical evacuation, VIP transport, and airborne firefighting. It is also equipped for air-to-air refueling of fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters. Our next headline is related to यशोभूमि and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि Prime Minister of India will dedicate to nation a phase 1 of India International Convention and Expo Center, which is called as Yashobhumi in New Delhi. It is developed at a cost of around 5,400 crore and it boasts of a magnificent convention center, multiple exhibition halls and other facilities. It is also equipped with high-tech security provisions to ensure safety for the visitors. Our next headline is related to Engineers Day. एंड ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि रिसेंटली प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया हैज पेड ट्रिब्यूट्स टू सर एम विश्वेश्वरैया ऑन द ओकेजन ऑफ इंजीनियर्स डे. इंजीनियर्स डे is observed every year on 15 September across the nation to celebrate the birth anniversary of civil engineer, statesman and administrator Ad M. Visvesvaraya and recognize the contributions made by him in the field of science and technology. And the theme of this year is Engineering for a Sustainable Future. Our next and last headline is related to Windfall Tax. And ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently government increased the windfall tax on the sale of domestic crude oil to 10,000 per ton. Now what are windfall taxes? So friends, they are designed to tax the profits a company derives from an external or sometimes unprecedented event. For instance, energy price rise as a result of Russia-Ukraine conflict. And ये first time imposed किया गया था in July 2022. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.